Again?
Because we're going back to war. Today on Judgment Day, we'll take a look at Return to Castle Wolfenstein, Tides of War, Conflict Desert Storm for the GameCube, Silent Hill 3 for the PlayStation 2, and in Buried Treasure, I remember Robotron X. First game we're going to talk about is Return to Castle Wolfenstein, Tides of War from Activision for the Xbox and Xbox Live. Now, what did you think of this game?
Well, I got to tell you, the thing that annoyed me most about this game is the midget foot.
Oh, you don't like the kicking action in Return to Castle Wolfenstein?
There's a kick animation in this game, which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. This little midget foot pops out. It's about half the size of the gun. And it's completely proportionately wrong, and it's the funniest thing in the world. It makes no sense. What were they thinking?
I don't know. It's a throwback to the old Castle Wolfenstein 3D game, and they had kicking in that game, and they wanted to keep kicking as part of this game.
Now, when I think of Castle Wolfenstein, I'm thinking back to the old Castle Wolfenstein from the Apple II and Commodore days, where you're against the Third Reich. You got to go in there. You get Hitler in the end,
killing the Nazis.
And now this takes place in '42, but what's with all this, like, dragons and
they're
evil, magical characters? Well, how did that happen?
Well, what they're doing is they're going into the Hitler's fascination with the occult.
I don't like it.
Where they're using all of this sort of mystical, magical, occult-style
I don't
energy.
like it. Just give me a bunch of Nazis and let me kill them. That's all I ask for.
Well, you get
I don't want to kill magical, zombie, floating, genie monsters
and fire monsters and stuff.
Stupid.
You get both in this game. This game gives you a little of that sort of Nazi killing stuff, but you also get the magic Nazi killing as well.
Well, hey, look, let's call a spade here. The reality is, this game really isn't about the single player in the story anyway.
Well, the single player is fun, but again, it's one of those games where you're basically learning how to play the game through the single player. It's still engaging.
I'll tell you what you're doing is you're opening doors and you're shooting people.
You're killing everybody, but you get to feel the control and the way that you switch between weapons and move around in the environments. And also, I mean, the reason why you would want to play the single player, and I agree with you, the multiplayer is really what the story is here, but the single player does deliver some beautiful environments, lots of cool things to see, great sort of...
It's very brown.
Well, it's brown, but the crew that made this game went to Europe, and they took pictures of all these castles, and they used actual photographic stuff that they went and collected themselves.
And then they dipped them in brown.
And put them into the game. And I like the visual quality and look of this game. It looks really nice. I like the
reason you got
the lighting is amazing.
Well, the reason you got to play the single player is for one reason.
What's that?
To get the midget foot in there. Because when you kick the doors, this little thing comes out. The multiplayer is where it's at. It's really the first kind of war combat first-person shooter. This is the game that everybody's going to play before Halo 2.
Right,
They're waiting for Halo 2.
Yes.
This is the thing that's going to tide them over, get them ready for that experience.
Yes.
You have, there's different methods in the multiplayer. We were playing where we had to defend the plans, and the other team had to steal our plans and try to get them back.
The radio tower and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can call airstrikes, and airstrikes are called.
Affirmative, on my way.
I really love the fact, though, that if you get shot and you're down, you actually have a medic guy who can come and inject you with a needle. When you go into Xbox Live, though, for the first time, you get, just destroyed by all the expert players out there, and that's not fun.
We don't want to discourage people from getting out there, though. I mean, the only way you're going to get better, let's face it, is if you take the risk and jump on there and start to learn how to play. Guaranteed, you're going to have an amazing time. Wolfenstein really is the best Xbox Live game you can get right now. I love this thing. 9.5 out of 10.
Oh, a 9.5?
It's an awesome game, man.
Are you kidding me?
It's nearly a perfect game. It's
an
awesome game.
Way off.
What are you going to give it?
I'm giving it a 7.
A 7 out of 10.
Exactly what it deserves.
Oh, man, you hate first-person shooters. On the positive side, this game features an incredible collection of multiplayer games. Playing on Xbox Live with your friends is a total blast in Wolfenstein. And the presentation overall, graphics, sound, music, excellent. This is a great, great game.
On the negative side, there's not much of a solo player game here at all. The environments just aren't lush enough for me like you saw in a Halo. Everything's brown. Oh, wait, I got one more. Midget foot.
All right, the next war game we're going to talk about now is called Conflict Desert Storm. It's for the GameCube, and it's from Gotham Games. What did you think of this one?
Well, you know, the funny thing about this game is they have this whole training mode to get you to you know,
boot camp.
And it's like you're in boot camp, so you get yelled at for 30 minutes.
From now on, you will speak only when spoken to, and the first and the last words out of your mouth will be, sir. Do you understand? Sir, yes, sir.
I had a few problems with this game overall.
What's that?
Private, was there any lip syncing in this game?
No, sir, there wasn't any, sir.
What'd you think of those yellow streams, Private?
Yellow streams look a little bit weird, sir.
How about those grainy graphics, Private?
It didn't look right on the GameCube, sir. GameCube's capable of a lot better looking stuff, sir.
Exactly my point, see? They fell short in a lot of the polish of this game. There is no lip syncing. The yellow streams look like little fireworks or something, but throw all that kind of polish aside, and boy, do you have a really fun, entertaining game.
It was a big surprise. It is surprisingly complex. You can do a lot of different things. You can also command your troops. You can hop into vehicles. You've got all kinds of different sort of things that you can do on the fly, like tell your troops to split off and go in different directions. They can cover you. They
give
can
them med kits to heal them.
Med kits. You can pick up all kinds of different weapons along the way, rocket launchers. Call in airstrikes if you want to. You know,
laser targets and have those come in. You can set bombs and C4. You explode bridges. You rescue people. I tell you what, this is the best game. They should have put Rambo on this game because this is the best. I felt like Rambo in this game, which is great.
You do. It's set in the first Gulf War of 1990. So you're going back in time when Iraq and Kuwait were just about to go at it, and you can play as Delta Force Squad, or you can play as the SAS from Britain. Right, so you can jump into the conflict either way that you want to go. You're not completely alone. You do have sort of artificial intelligent teammates. There's also a multiplayer mode in the game.
But you can shoot your own guys.
You can shoot your own guys.
That's really fun. But not only can you pop your own guys in the face.
You can,
You know what else you can do?
They don't like that, by the way.
There was a couple of goats, and I shot them right in the ass.
Okay.
And they died.
Yeah, you killed the goat.
And they go,
bravo. He's a goat killer. I also like the fact that you get rewarded for doing well in the missions. Your characters will actually, you know, get medals and they'll get better in their different skill sets. So it makes the game more enjoyable with all the rewards that you get as you work your way through the game. I didn't think it was a perfect game by any means, but I was surprised by how much fun I had. 7.5 out of 10.
Exactly what I give it, 7.5.
On the positive side, you get a ton of weapons to choose from, and you get to control vehicles in the game. The training mode is entertaining. It's always fun to get yelled at. And I also really like the idea that you can take control of your squad and watch them improve their skills and win medals as you work your way through the game.
But don't forget, you can shoot goats in the bum, too.
Oh, yes, and you can shoot goats.
In the bum.
Right.
On the negative side, none of the characters were lip-synced at all. The graphics overall are very grainy and not up to this generation's par. And the yellow streams of bullets seemed out of place.
All right, well, after this, we got more combat action for you with a game called Brute Force. Stick around.